loves, welcome back. Today we're gonna be doing a Sephora try-on haul. I got a bunch of new goodies, so we're gonna do a full face. So grab a snack or grab your makeup and your brushes so we can get ready together, and let's get into it and have some girl time. All right, so I already primed my lids with the Rare Beauty eyeshadow base. This is one of my all-time favorites. And now I'm gonna go in with these brightening and clearing eye masks from the brand Topicals. These had really good reviews online, so let's see if they're worth the hype. It says that they fade the look of discoloration while depuffing your under eyes. Sign me up. And you get 6 pairs in here, which is really nice too. Oh, these are cute. I like them. Okay. I already love the fact that they stick really nicely onto the under eyes. Like, you don't have to worry about them sliding down, because that's one of my pet peeves with under eye masks. Okay. Love. You guys convinced me to try out the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. I was eyeing this palette because I have been obsessed with the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette, and a lot of you guys told me if I like that one, I'm gonna love this one as well. So it really doesn't take much for me to buy something, to be honest, but this had really good reviews online as well. I mean, look at these tones. It is a stunning palette. I love the variety of neutral nude cool tones. So I think I want to do maybe like a little chocolate brown smoky eye today. I feel like when I say chocolate, it just sounds better when I say chocolate. Let's start off first with, which color? It's so pretty, I don't even want to dabble into it. Let's go in first with the shade Mesh down here, and I'm going to pop that in the crease. I'm just applying this with a fluffy blending brush. This one is with the BK Beauty 212 brush. If you guys have the Makeup by Mario palette, let me know which one you prefer, the Ethereal Eyes or this one. They have that kind of just really similar neutral vibe, which I really like. I'm building this color up, by the way, quite a bit. I'm gonna go in with this color right here. I'm also gonna apply that in my crease. It's in Vague, using a different fluffy brush. These feel really soft, and so far, just from those 2 eyeshadows, there doesn't seem to be a ton of kickback, which is nice. So it's a really smooth formula and it doesn't feel super powdery, even just dipping my brush into the pans, which is nice. And PS, on my lips right now, I have on one of my favorite lip oils, which is the House Labs one, the shade Tint, and it just gives a really pretty light pinky tint. I love it, especially on days when I'm not wearing any makeup, because it just kind of brings some nice color to the lips. But that's what I have on right now. They're really hydrating too. So one of my favorite lip oil formulas. Okay, I really like this color. I like the way these are building so far. I'm building both of these shades up quite a bit. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Silhouette, which is that dark brown. Start kind of working that on the outer lid. I was going to apply it all over the lid, but okay, I'm switching brushes. I want something a little bit more dense. It's all about the blending and trusting the process, because it's going to look kind of dark, but I'm definitely gonna add some glitter to this. I kind of just want the base of this to be pretty dark and smoky. I'm just using the first blending brush with whatever product is left over to just help diffuse out some of the edges of that dark brown. But it's pretty much just all about the blending, just adding more product as I go and blending as I go as well. This color is really, really nice because it's like a super dark brown, but it almost looks black as well, but it's really rich, and I'm really liking the formula of these so far. I can't wait to use some of the glitters. I'm gonna go in with the color Ella, which is a nice kind of glittery brown shade, and I'm gonna apply that on my lid. That's pretty. Let's add more glitter though. Maybe I'll add some of this color Delilah right here with my finger. Ooh, wow, that is gorgeous. Do you see that? I hope the camera is picking it up. It's very, very sparkly. I'm also kind of fluffing some of that Silhouette shade, that dark brown, all over the lid as well. I feel like since I have some of that glittery shimmer down, it just makes the process a little bit easier to blend, like as I'm layering the brown all over the lid. Sometimes with darker colors it can look a little bit splotchy, but since I added some of that glitter, it just makes everything look a bit more diffused, because I kind of want my entire lids to be brown. Yeah, that's cute. And then we can add more of the glitter to really take it there. pretty. It's super dark and smoky, but this is a vibe. I'm gonna try on this eye just applying the brown color all over the lid just to see how it blends. I'm usually scared to do this, like I said, because sometimes with darker colors they can look a little bit patchy, but I am really enjoying this formula, so I think I can get away with doing this. Trust the process. We're gonna make it work. So yeah, you can actually get away with applying the dark colors all over your lid. They have a nice smooth consistency. And then I just always like to add the glitter. You guys know, if you've been watching my videos this year, you know I'm obsessed with glitter this year. With any look, it's just, it takes it there. What I like to do whenever I do really dark eyeshadow, I'll take, like, this is an Anissa Beauty eye fan brush. This is what I used to apply my eye primer, so it has whatever product is left over. But I'll just take it and kind of blend it and pretty much use it as an eraser and blend away any darkness that may be right here in the inner corners. I don't want this to look too dark in that area. I still want it to be smoky. Sometimes I bring the eyeshadow in a little too far in here and it just doesn't look good. So I like to take this brush and kind of just rub any dark eyeshadow away. I just want to keep adding more glitter, to be honest. I want to use as many of these shades as possible. They're all so pretty. Maybe I should use this color. Or maybe I'll use that in the inner corners. No, let me use a little bit of this color. This one is in Sheen. I really like that. That is so pretty. It's just like a chocolate brown glittery eyeshadow look. It looks so good. I think in person it's definitely a lot more more sparkly than on camera, but I think you guys can still see that effect. It is really, really nice, and there's actually not an excess amount of fallout. I mean, I do have some, but you would think I would have way more with the amount of eyeshadows that I am using. So very much into the formula. Let me put on some lashes, mascara, and I'll be right back and we'll move into the skin. I just applied some lashes. I used the Kiss Muses Collection lashes in the style Legacy. I love these whenever I have a more smoky eye because they're a little bit more dramatic, but they're still really lightweight. And now for the skin, I'm gonna start off with the Ordinary Soothing and Barrier Support Serum. Maybe you guys have seen this. I know I have, all over my For You page. It is that pink serum and I have been dying to try it. I honestly wanted to try it because it's pink. That's why I was so intrigued. But I'm a really big fan of the Ordinary skincare. Oh yeah, it really is like hot pink. But let's see. You can apply it, it says morning or evening. I'm gonna apply another primer over top. I kind of just wanted to try this out. I already love the Ordinary, so I feel like this is gonna be good. It's supposed to be for your barrier. I'll put some claims right here so you can see. Feels really hydrating. Gives a nice kind of healthy glow to the skin. Okay. I love the fact that it's pink. I think that's just the cherry on top, but check out the Ordinary. They have a lot of really good skincare. I love their niacinamide, and they have just, I feel like, good stuff at a really good price. I'm excited to keep using this. It feels nice. Hydrating, but not too greasy feeling. We'll see how it applies with makeup. And then for primer, I got the Vanish Airbrush Primer from Hourglass. I feel like I've tried this years ago, but I honestly don't really remember, so I wanted to get another one because I've heard also really good things about this, and I've been really loving Hourglass lately. Yeah, this kind of looks a little bit familiar, but let's just try it. This feels super silky. People say this is supposed to be like truly blurring on the skin before makeup. By the way, I wanted to mention these under eye masks. I really like them. I do feel like they kind of helped a little bit to depuff. So very impressed with those. This feels so nice too on the skin, by the way. It has a really nice smooth silky texture. It doesn't feel too silicone-y, but it definitely, I feel like, smoothed out my skin. Oh wait, is this serum pilling a little bit? You see that on my forehead? Kind of pilling a bit. Hopefully my foundation applies nicely over top. I will report back. Yeah, it's kind of pilling on my forehead. Maybe it just doesn't mesh well with the primer. Interesting. For foundation and concealer, I'm just going to use my tried and true Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech foundation, and I have this one in the shade 210 Light Medium Neutral, and then the concealer is in 23 Light Medium Golden. I didn't pick up any new complexion products because I'm kind of just, I don't want to say I'm over complexion because I probably eventually will try out some new complexion goodies, but I just kind of am loving what I'm using right now. I've kind of just been keeping my faves in rotation, and I have so many good ones. I've been just pretty much, when I do my makeup, shopping my stash. I want to do more videos like that too because I have so many good products, especially complexion. I'm like, I don't need any more for now. But this foundation is holy grail status for me. I just love everything about it. And since I got new base products or like primer type products, I figured let me just test them with my favorite foundation because this literally looks good with so many of my go-to primers. So we'll see how it wears with the Hourglass one and with that Ordinary product. I think it's just my forehead that was pilling. I don't think, at least I don't see any other pilling on the rest of my face, so that's good. I love this foundation because it's so skin-like, but it still gives really pretty coverage. It has like a really natural dewy finish without being greasy. Oh yeah, my forehead is peeling a little bit. Oh no. I usually like to let my skincare sit for a little bit before applying makeup over top. I just was excited about that one because it was pink. I wanted to see how it did apply with makeup. I don't see the rest of my face peeling. I think it's just my forehead for some reason. The foundation applies really nicely over top. That primer is very silky smooth. I really like the consistency of it. Just add a little bit more right here. I've been breaking out above my lip for like the past couple weeks and I keep picking at them and it's so annoying. I'm like, go away. Let's do bronzer and blush before concealer today. So I picked up another new bronzer. This one is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Cream and Powder Bronzer Duo. This one is in She Sculpted. I already tried this out before and I don't know what it was, but I didn't really love the bronzer when I first tried it out. I preferred his cream and powder blush duos. I felt like the bronzer, I don't know, it's just something about it. It just felt very dry, the formula, it just wasn't it. But I wanted to try it again because I love his blush duo so much and I've heard really good things about this bronzer. It even had great reviews online. So I'm like, let me try it again because sometimes you have to try things out a couple times or maybe you might wait a little bit and you might end up actually really loving something that you didn't love in the beginning. So that's what we're gonna do today. It comes with the cream and powder, which I really love. I'm using a BK Beauty, by the way, 109 brush. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. I like that it is a bit more on the warm side, but it's not totally orangey. It actually has a bit of like a coolness to it as well. It's like cool and warm tone mixed. Okay, wait, that looks really good. I feel like his cream bronzer is not as pigmented as his cream blush duos, but in a way, that's not terrible because with bronzer, it can get very muddy very quick, so it's actually probably better that it's a little bit more of a buildable formula. Okay, wait, I actually like that color a lot. Yeah, see, it's not insanely pigmented, but you can build it up. Plus, you can always add more too with the powder, which is nice. And then, when in doubt, just take your foundation brush and use that to blend out the edges of anything. I'm not like totally hating this. This actually looks good. I like the color, like the tone of it is really nice. It's a little bit more warm, but it's not straight up orange. I think it has some nice buildable pigment to it. Okay, I'm actually not mad about this. All right. See, that's why you gotta test out products multiple times and sometimes you have to give it a break and then test it out again because you never know, you might like it. So I'm gonna go in now with the Soft Popped Plumping Blush Veil from Makeup by Mario. I already swatched this. This one is in Barely Blushing. This is one of my favorite high-end blushes. I have the color Perfect Pink, which I really like. It's a hot pink, but I feel like it just works with a lot of different looks. It's also a really nice dewy buildable formula. So I wanted to try this color because it's one of those literally barely there blushes. And I already swatched it. It looks really pretty. It's just almost like when you have it on, very, very natural. I'm using an IT Cosmetics little duo complexion Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection brush. Oh yeah, see, it's one of those kind of just like natural nude blushes. That's really pretty. I think this would look gorgeous if you have fair skin and you just want a very natural flush. It brings a little bit of color back to the cheeks, but in the most natural way. That's a nice color, actually. I really like that. It's definitely a very natural color, especially compared to the Perfect Pink. I feel like this one would be maybe a little bit more universal if you want a blush that's actually gonna show up. This one, I feel like if you're even a little bit tanner than me, this might not show up on your skin. So it's cute, but I still think I like the Perfect Pink one the most. This one is just really the it girl for me. I love that shade. Now we can go in with concealer. I'm gonna just use the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Concealer. I always like to start in the inner corner and then just work it towards the rest of the under eyes. Also bring it kind of down a little bit too to blend out the edges of the blush a bit. I'm definitely going to also hit the inner bridge of my nose just in case there's any dark eyeshadow there. I want to lighten that up. And by the way, I really like that Hourglass primer. I do find it to be smoothing. I like the way the House Labs foundation applied over top of it. I don't think the Ordinary serum is totally necessary before makeup. I feel like that just might be a product that I incorporate in my skincare routine, but I just wanted to try it under makeup to see how products apply. But I think if you're using that Hourglass primer, really you don't even need to mix it with anything else. It looks really good just on its own. I am so excited about this, you guys. I've been waiting to try the Cherry Blossom powder from Huda Beauty. I'm just using a powder puff. This one is from Rose and Ben. Let's see what all the hype is about. Oh yeah, I smell the powder. It smells very strong. It smells like perfume. I remember that smell. It smells good, but it can be pretty strong if you're sensitive to scents. That looks good though. Yeah, that blusher Makeup by Mario, it is a pretty color. I like that I love natural, barely there type blushes. But with this one, it's pretty much kind of non-existent. For me, I would probably just stick with that brighter pink, perfect pink shade because it actually shows up even after you set it. I prefer other more natural blushes versus that color. It's still a nice shade, it's not my favorite if I had to compare it to the other color, you know? Wow, this is really smooth. It's super matte too. I forgot how nice this powder is. I'm just gonna use a little bit on my T-zone, but I'm actually gonna use a different powder because I don't want pink powder all over my face, but it looks really good. It's super smooth. It feels nice too. It gives a soft matte finish, a little bit of brightness too. I like that the pink is not overly aggressive. I feel like comparing this to the One Size powder, the One Size one is a little bit more pink as far as the tint, but they both give a really nice, flawless, smooth under eye, especially with that House Labs concealer. Chef's kiss. I'm gonna use my Charlotte Tilbury press powder in the shade Bare One. It just gives the most gorgeous airbrush finish to the skin. You can even use it on your under eyes as well, which sometimes I do whenever I layer loose and pressed powder, but I just love the finish that this gives to the skin. I'm gonna add some blush. I picked up the Hourglass Ambient Lighting blush. This one is in Sublime Flush. A couple of you guys actually recommended this shade specifically, so I wanted to try it. Oh, that is gorgeous. It's just like a nice pink with that sheen that Hourglass is known for. Oh, that's pretty. That's a really pretty, like, kind of pinky shade with a bit of a coral undertone, and it gives a bit of that really natural glow from within. Yeah, that brought the cheeks back to life. And I'm using this old brush from BH Cosmetics. It's from the Nazanin Kavari brush set. It's just a little angled brush. Oh, I love that color. Wow. The formula of this is so nice. You barely even have to like blend it. You just boop, plop it on, and it's just so seamless on the skin. That looks good. Love. I just realized I forgot to add some bronzer. Let me do that. I'm gonna go back in with Patrick Ta. I mentioned this in another video, but with Patrick Ta, you can see his engravement in his blushes and his bronzers. So when you're dipping your brush into the product, I recommend swirling it and then maybe tapping off a little bit of the excess on the back of your hand. That way, when you apply it, it goes on really smooth and not splotchy, because with that little engravement in there, if you just apply it directly from the product onto your face, it can look kind of splotchy and not blended. So just a little tip, because it happened to me before, but luckily his formula is very smooth, so it does blend really easily. Okay, so yeah, his bronzer, it's nice. It is very more on the natural side though, so if you want something extremely pigmented and bold, it's probably not it, but I still really like the formula. I actually like that it is more on the buildable side, because like I said, with bronzer, it can get very muddy very quick, but you see that color when you do build it up, it looks nice. I'm gonna just use a little dusting of the Charlotte Tilbury powder, just kind of around the edges a little bit so that it doesn't look too harsh. That actually looks really good. I also got, I just forgot about this, but the Patrick Ta nose contour brush. I'm gonna try this out. Even though this color is a little bit more on the warm side, I'm still gonna try it just for the sake of using this brush. Ooh, very interesting shape. This is what it looks like. And then you have another little side right here to blend. Okay, I should probably maybe use something a little bit more cool toned. Does fit very nicely on the sides of the nose. I am not good at nose contour. That is something I still, to this day, have not perfected. Sometimes I honestly even forget to put any product on my nose besides blush. I actually really like my nose, so I just kind of forget about it when I'm doing my makeup, but I love a good nose contour. Like when I see the transformation on other people, I'm like, yeah, that looks good, and it definitely makes a difference. See this color, I like it for the cheeks, maybe not so much for my nose because it is more on the warm side, but I like this brush though. This actually is perfect and it makes it very easy. And then I like that it's a dual ended, so you can just use the other side to just like blend it out. Yeah, that looks actually, or that makes it very easy. I like this. I think this is good too if you're a beginner like me with nose contour, because that just made it pretty easy. I mean, not perfect. Again, I think the shade is probably a little bit off for me, but I really like this brush. Okay, this is actually nice. All right, this is something that I wanted to mention. I already have been using this, but it's the Glow Seeker highlighter from ABH. This is stunning. If you guys have the Amrezy highlighter from 2016, this is pretty much like that. It just gives that gorgeous wet sheen to the cheeks. You can build it up and it is so beautiful. I like that it's not chunky or glittery. It looks gorgeous topped over any other blush. So I'm gonna add this just to give a little bit of a glow, more glow to the cheeks, because they are pretty glowy from that Hourglass blush, which I really like, by the way, but I've been really actually enjoying this highlighter. I think it is very nostalgic too to use highlighter like this. It just brings me back to 2016, but it's very, very pretty. You could even take your blush brush, apply blush, and then dip it into the highlighter and then put it over your cheeks for like a blush or like a glowy blush kind of look. I always like to just go back in with my blush brush to blend everything out and make the two look very seamless together. Now for lips, tell me why I've never tried a Huda Beauty lip contour pencil. So I picked up 3, but today I'm gonna use the color 2.0 Sandy Beige, or actually just kidding, Lip Contour 2.0. Is that just a name with that? Hold on. Yeah, okay, that's just the name of the lip liners, Lip Contour 2.0, but this one is in Sandy Beige. So I'm gonna line my lips with this. I've heard really good things about these lip liners and I don't know why it took me so long to try, but there's a first time for everything. Just like that honey brown shade that I love. I don't even know if this is gonna match with the lip kit that I got, hopefully. Oh, it's nice too because you can just twist it on the bottom. You don't have to sharpen it. That's nice. Goes on very creamy. I like this color. This is pretty. Then I got the LYS 2-piece lip treatment oil and matte lipstick set. And this one is in hot chocolate, which is very fitting with today's look because I was actually thinking my eyes remind me of just hot chocolate, cozy deliciousness. So you get the lipstick and then you get the lip oil over top. Hopefully this won't be too dark for this lip liner. If it is, I'll just use a darker lip liner, but I like this packaging of the lipstick. That's really pretty. Oh yeah, that's dark. I don't know if this looks right on me actually. It smells good. I like the formula of it though. It feels really good. I don't know how I feel about this color on me personally, but the formula feels really nice. It's very hydrating. It almost goes on like a lip balm. It doesn't even feel like I have on an actual lipstick. It's very hydrating. I'm gonna use a darker lip liner just to define the lips a bit more. So hold on, let me grab one. Rare Beauty Kind Words lip liner. This one is in Strong, which is, I think, one of the best chocolate deep brown lip liners. I'm not like totally hating it. I'm not really used to like bold brown lip colors like this, so I don't know if it really looks right on me, but it is a really nice shade. Besides that though, what's important is that the formula feels really good. It's a really comfortable, hydrating lipstick that almost feels like a balm on the lips. Now there is the lip oil over top, and this is the Glossy Lip Treatment. So let's top that off. I feel like it doesn't even need it, but you know, for the sake of trying out the little kit, let's do it. Oh, it's a little bit, you see the color? It's a little bit lighter. This would even look really pretty just with lip liner too, by the way. It smells like a chocolate Tootsie Roll. Oh, that's cute. That's pretty. I really like that. Oh, that's what I get for smelling everything. This feels nice. I also really like the applicator, how it's like pointed and almost like a triangle because it fits really nicely on the lips. Of course, Make sure you clean that off. Wow, that feels really nice though. I like that it's not sticky. It's a really smooth, rich formula. Literally, this is like Tootsie Rolls on my lips right now. It feels really good. It smells good. Let's go back to the Natasha Denona palette. For the inner corners, I'm gonna go in with the shade Mia. Then I'm gonna apply the KVD Tattoo Pencil Liner in the shade Trooper on my waterline. Love this liner. So creamy, so black. And I love that you don't have to tug at the eyes. It just glides on. And I'm just gonna use this CoverGirl Cleantopia mascara. I'm still obsessed with this stuff. It is so good. I'm just gonna apply that on my lower lashes. Last but certainly not least, always have to finish everything off with setting spray. I'm going to use the LYS Natural Finish setting spray. I love this before and after makeup, and it has a really fine mist. Okay, let's talk about these goodies, you guys. This was a good haul, by the way. I'm pretty much loving almost everything that I picked up. Starting with the eyeshadow palette, this is so beautiful. I love the blend that these have. The glitters are so sparkly, and I feel like they're very wearable glitters. They're not too in your face, but they just give the perfect amount of glitter to your look. And I really actually love this chocolate brown shade. I think it's a nice addition, especially since this palette is so neutral and nude. I really like the color. It blended like a dream. This is very high quality. I cannot wait to keep using this. But comparing it to the Makeup by Mario glitters, I do feel like these are a little bit more intense. At least the ones that I used today were a bit more subtle compared to some of these glitters right here. However, I like the variety that the Natasha Denona palette does have. You can see they're very similar in tones, but Natasha Denona is a little bit different. I don't think you need both of these though. If you want to be extra and splurge, you definitely won't be disappointed, but I feel like it really just comes down to your preference and what you like in your eyeshadows. But I like them both. I like different things about both of the palettes. If you guys have both of these, let me know which one you prefer. I can't choose. I like both of them. I think they're both great, but I do think the glitters in the Makeup by Mario palette are a little bit more sparkly and reflective, but the ones that I used today from Natasha Denona, don't get me wrong, they're stunning, and I love this look I created. So 10 out of 10 for both though. The quality is definitely there, so it's a higher price point, but the quality, it's superb. It's really nice. As far as the complexion, I don't really think that I'll continue using this Ordinary serum under makeup. I'll probably use this in my evening skincare routine. I love the fact that it's pink. That's the main reason I wanted to try it, but I don't really feel like it's necessary under makeup, but I did like the way it makes my skin feel so far, but I'll have to keep using that, of course. As far as the primer, this feels so familiar to me. I feel like I've definitely used this before, but it feels really nice. It has a nice silky smooth texture, and I love the way the House Labs foundation applied over top. This is one of my favorite foundations of all time. It has great lasting power, and I love that a lot of primers, or this foundation looks good with a lot of other primers as well. So it's just amazing. This is one of my all-time favorites. I really also enjoyed the Patrick Ta bronzer more this time versus before in the past when I used it. For some reason, I don't know, today I feel like it has a nice blend, nice buildable formula, and I like the tones of both of these bronzers, the cream and the powder. They're definitely more subtle compared to his blushes, but I still think it's nice, and I love 2-in-1 products. They are my favorite. I enjoyed the Huda Beauty loose powder as well, by the way, in Cherry Blossom. This is a little bit lighter compared to the One Size pink powder. I'll have to do a short and compare both of these, but you can see, maybe you can see, but the Huda Beauty is a bit of a lighter pink, whereas One Size has a bit more of a, not darker pink, but it's just a little bit less brightening than the one from Huda. However, they're both matte. They both make your under eyes look very blurred and smooth, which I love. And I think both of these, by the way, pair beautifully with the House Labs concealer. So this is a nice little combo right here. Thank you so much to those of you who recommended this Hourglass blush in Sublime Flush. This is stunning. It gives the most gorgeous pinky corally cheek with a hint of glowiness without being too much. Love. This is actually my least favorite product today, the Makeup by Mario blush in Barely Blushing. It's just a little bit too natural for me personally. The formula is great, but I think if you're going to splurge on one of his blushes, I would say go with the shade Perfect Pink, unless you want something very natural. But what I didn't like about this is that it pretty much fades away after you set it with a powder, and I feel like these need to be set because they are super dewy. So I like this shade more. For me, this is just not really my fave or worth it. if you're gonna splurge, get a blush that's actually gonna show up, you know? And when you set the perfect pink with the powder, it still shows up as well, which is one of my favorite things about it. I also do like this Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter. This is gorgeous. If you love that golden glow, this is so pretty. Very versatile as well. You can use it as an eyeshadow, and I love the formula of it. It is so silky smooth, and I mean, look at that glow. It is the perfect golden highlighter. I really liked these under eye masks. So far so good. I definitely also think that they depuffed a little bit too, and they actually stick on your under eyes, which is a plus. This lip color I don't like on me personally, like the shade, but I think the formula is fabulous. These are very rich and creamy, these lipsticks. I love the packaging too. I just feel like the color is just not flattering on me, but I have it, so I feel like I could always use it. Add a little concealer in the center to lighten it out, and it's fine. The formula though is fantastic, so that's truly all that matters. And the glossy lip treatment oil feels so nice on the lips. I love the way this smells. I love the glossy finish. It's not sticky, and it gives a really good amount of pigment. So I would probably use this versus the lipstick more with just a lip liner, because it does have a really rich formula, and I love how glossy it is. So this I really did enjoy. The Huda Beauty lip liner, I know I had to go over it, but this was nice when I did test it out. It was super smooth, and from what I've seen, these are also very long wearing. So I like this color too, by the way, sandy beige. It's like a good everyday shade. So this was actually a really good haul. I'm impressed with the majority of the products that I did use. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these, and if you have any other product recommendations, leave them down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me, and I cannot wait to see you very soon in my next one. Bye.